Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, social media land, and welcome to Radio Apocalypse Morning Coffee. The stream will be starting in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for joining us. And please, if you're in Facebook or YouTube, drop a wee message just so I know who's watching. I love to interact with you all. I'll be with you in just 2 minutes. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. This is annoying. Yes, good. No, I've been having sound issues this morning, and I just went into a big ramble there about something, but I'll start again. Technical problems with the kit, usually user related, not kit related. I'm living in a Wi-Fi digital world using a VHS brain. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So how are we all this morning? Thank you for joining me on Radio Apocalypse Morning Coffee. We will do our usual wander around the house. And great, I'm glad that I've checked that there. Good. Listen, gentlemen, I always appreciate when you come and join me on the Morning Coffee Show. It's a little bit less informal and can be more ranty than the late night show. And last night we were expecting Cognag to come on from California, and he had a power outage, not just any normal power outage. His RV electrical system just kind of fried on him. So he sent me a message this morning apologising, but he will come back later to do his bit tonight, which is great. But first, let us do the weather. The weather in Edinburgh is friggin' glorious. Look at that, right out the window. Listen to the birdies cheep. Good morning, my neighbours. They're not a friendly lot, you know. But wow, look at the sky. So we can comfortably see the weather. Oh, birdie. We can comfortably see the weather is beautiful, absolutely stunningly. And here I am sitting on my window ledge. And this will be the only fresh air that I will be allowed to get. I will be allowed out no more, which is crazy. Right, okay, so let's go make some coffee, let's go make some porridge, and then go and look at the papers and look at what's going on in New York as well, because they need some love. Italy got love last week, and we're going to send out more love to... Yes, I've seen Coming to America, Mr. BT. I have indeed. Indeed. Well, my mic is muted again. What? Can you hear me, guys? It's saying on my screen my mic is muted. Oh, wait now. I think that is my main camera mic. Hold on, let me just check. Yeah, that's it. It's my main camera mic. That's okay. Technical VHS brain in a friggin' Wi-Fi 5G world. What is going on with me? That is just insane. Right, let's get the porridge on the go for our morning routine. You know, one Sunday I'm going to have the whiskey and the salt Stephen in my porridge. It's usually a Christmas Day thing for me. That Christmas morning, a bowl of porridge, opening presents with a bit of whiskey in it, a bit of salt. It's very good. It's very, very good indeed. So there we go. Oh. Running low on them oats. Good job. I've stocked up. Look at that big bag of oats in there. And I will tell you how many sacks of oats I've got in the zombie apocalypse cupboard. Enough to basically provide oatmeal for a rugby team for a year. Yes, indeed. Not that the rugby team's coming here. Not a chance. Not a chance. Right, let's get a little bit of milk in there. Then we'll get the kettloni on the go. And what will I have? Hey, listen, have you ever made savoury oats before? Like put herbs in them instead, like say a bit of oregano. It's really nice with if you boil the milk with bay leaves. This sounds minging, but see if you boil the milk with bay leaves and get a hot sort of herby tasting milk and then make your oats with that. It's weird, but satisfying. It is. It's weird but satisfying. It's good. Right, while that boils, let me go back and check the chat in case we've had any worthwhile comments. Rab Campbell! My God, son! How the hell are you, sir? It's good to see you in my stream. Amazing. I can't read the chat on my phone. I can read it on the laptop because I use two cameras for this. I use another camera when I go and sit down, but I use this one to kind of run around the house and things. So, Rab, listen, let me tell you a bit about Radio Apocalypse. It's in the morning, it's a bit more informal. It's wake up, let's have a cup of coffee with Mojax. And in the evening, it's more sort of like, holy shit, the world's coming to an end. Let's be positive about it as best as we possibly can, with several sort of magazine type sort of sections. But do you know what? It's nice to have you here, brother. I have not had an opportunity to see you for ages and ages and ages. We'll have to hook up. Let me introduce you. Tarragon. Yes, tarragon in porridge is very good. Okay. Rab, everybody, Rab. Rab and I go back almost as far as Mr. BT and I do. I mean, a long, long time. He was Rab's before my Asda days and after my Laser Quest days. So, you know something, it's a pleasure to see you here, brother. It really, really is. Things are good. Life is good as best as it can be. I'm in 12-week lockdown because I have a compromised immune system from having cancer last year and had a nasty throat tumour, but I kicked the shit out of it. I really did. I battered it. But it was a struggle. Truly it was. Right. When we're making porridge, we only use the wooden spoon. I am going to do that tarragon thing, by the way, Rab. I will try tarragon in my porridge and see what it's like. Not today. Today, I need the sugar, and it's going to be the sugar of golden syrup because I'm a big baby and I quite like having it all sweet. But I have had sriracha as well in my porridge, making spicy porridge. That was something else. I think it would be nice if you sauteed some onions in maple syrup, okay, let them go cold, then put that into your porridge with a bit of sriracha. I think we're onto something there. I think we might do that. I might do that as a separate video. And we're nearly there with the porridge. That's what I love about porridge, you know. It doesn't take long to cook. You know? It does not take long to cook. So we're almost there. Let me just go check the chat while that finishes up. Check the chat. Here we go. You're in lockdown too, you have asthma, onset. Good. So it worked on Friday. Only the English have sugar with it. Jason, behave yourself, okay? I'm a bitter, bitter old man. I need to be sweetened up, okay? Really? English? Sugar? Crazy, man. Crazy. Right. There we go. You're in lockdown as well, Rab. It's, don't go stir crazy, man. Don't do it. Don't go crazy. Open that window, shout at the neighbours. That's what I've been doing. Unfortunately, Nan wasn't walking her dog this morning. The past 2 mornings, we've had the same neighbour walking her dog round about the same time. And we've kind of missed her this morning. She's either out for a run, she's a bit of a fitness lady, or she's going away doing something else. But it's nice to speak to Nan from the window. She's a lovely lady. And she's married to John. John is a wonderful gentleman and is a bit of a community fishwife. He likes to gossip more than most, and he knows absolutely everybody and everything that goes on in the neighbourhood. Right, let's take the porridge. We do this one at a time. Hold on. No, baby boy is not awake yet. Bedroom door is still closed because we have to have our morning from Roderick, don't we? Indeed. Right, okay, here we go. That is us now. Done the informal bit of it all, and we shall sit down, get the headphones on. We will move across to this camera. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. We are now on. Can you hear me on the main mic? Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so we have 3 people watching in YouTube. That is Robert, Jason, and I believe Steve. And we have Rab in Facebook land. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. We are Radio Apocalypse live from Edinburgh, having a bit of fun in the morning. I have just seen Jason's comment of putting drambuie in my porridge. That would be good. I reckon that would be good. I do. I've just done bells before because I don't cook with decent whiskies because I don't see that they add a flavour. So it's usually bells or grouse that I would actually cook with. But I think drambuie with its kind of honey sweety flavour would be nice, you know? And you add a pinch of spice and cinnamon as well. That would go down an absolute treat, without a doubt. Right, so I wanted to just send New York some love this morning because New York is having a bit of a tough time with the virus, like everybody is, but they've had over 1,000 deaths in the past sort of like, well, since it started really, but it's been, since they've sort of like declared a pandemic over there, it's been a lot quicker to have this amount of deaths in it. So we're going to have a wee look at that, and we will send New York some love just now. So coronavirus toll in New York State passes 1,000. Okay, now I actually brought this one up, and I saw when I Googled it, that there's another news agency that's saying the tri-state area has over 1,100 deaths already around there. And, you know, it's saying here in the report, this is Al Jazeera, you know, love them or hate them. Okay, I tend to steer clear of CNN and Fox. I prefer other sort of like outlets that are probably a bit more propaganda for their own intentions, but they seem to sort of like be more direct and less pantomimish than the mainstream media of the West. So US President Donald Trump has extended federal guidelines on social distancing until April the 30th after top health officials warned more than 100,000 people could die of the coronavirus in the United States. Now, do you think that Trump has a bit of the Boris effect going on with him there? I mean, really, it could be very much along the lines of let's go shake hands in hospital with people the same way as Boris did, and then Boris got it. You know, poor Boris. Big shout out to Boris, self-isolating at number 10 just now. Here, Boris, big fist bump, buddy. We're in the same boat here. You know, all your money means nothing now, other than you can get home deliveries probably a lot quicker than the rest of us. So, you know, forget it, brother. You're in the same boat as us all now, except you're prime minister and you look like a complete tool bag. Okay, that's about it. That's about it. We don't like Boris on this show that much. Yeah, Rab, absolutely. Trump is a bit of a dickhead about things, just a little bit. Okay. I don't get him at all. I know that he's done some good things. I don't know what, you know, maybe increase the sales of Foundation for Men. I don't know. But really, when we take a closer look at this, it's kind of scary. 1,000 people in New York. So I just want to take, you know, a couple of seconds just now for you guys and anybody watching back on the stream later to know that this Scotsman and the people watching the stream are thinking of you, New York, the same way as we were thinking about Italy last week, and the same way that we think about our own country every day. The phrase, I don't go for government slogans very often, but the phrase "we're in it together" is a big deal for me just now. It really is, because everybody globally is in the same position. We really, really are. And the thing we've got to remember is it doesn't matter. This thing will affect everybody in some manner or form, regardless of you being a rich man, a poor man, a beggar man, a candlestick maker, a butcher, or a baker, whatever. Okay, it's kind of crazy to think that something so small is so deadly, and it makes us, you know, afraid and locked down in our house. Okay, so we like to look at the morning papers as well, what goes on with the papers. And I'm just waiting for it to load up on my screen here so we can see them. Why is that not loading? Oh God, VHS brain. Oh, that's why, because it's the wrong goddamn one. It'd help if I was on the right screen. Okay, right, so let's get back to the top of that page and we will look at the front covers of the morning papers here in the UK. Excuse me. So here we go. The papers as seen by the BBC. The Daily Express, 6 months for Britain to get back to normal. I think it'll take longer. You know, it says chief medic warns death toll, warns we may face a long shutdown.
If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Death toll hits 1,228, up by 209 in 24 hours. Now, listen, people aren't taking this seriously. Here comes the rant again, okay? This is because 2 weeks ago, people were thinking, oh, this is no big deal. This is just a wee flu virus. And unfortunately, our leaders were doing the same. And, 24 hours, 209 people dead. That is a direct reflection of the absolute nonsense and lack of integrity for doing the right thing that people are like. We need to have a bit of common sense, people. We really, really do. Hello to somebody new that's just joined us on Facebook. Please say hello in the chit chat so I know who you are. I love to engage with those that are watching. We're having a rant just now about this thing here, all to do with the amount of deaths. Now, I said last night on the evening stream, the late night show, that I sat and did calculations one day for the global infections versus global survival rate versus global mortality rate. And we are told that it is a 3% mortality rate. So that is for every 100 people that get the virus, 3 people will die. That's not true. It's around about 16%. That is damn well scary. And I think everybody needs to be aware that at the end of the day, we're going to end up with being touched by this in some manner or form, whether it be, somebody that gets it and suffers, or worse still, somebody that gets it and then doesn't make it, Yeah, I agree with you, Rab, there. We should have closed it down in February the same way as Russia did. I'll talk about Russia in a minute because I'm quite close to Russia. New World Order, new life to all man. Yeah, something in the conspiracy theories, Rab, the New World Order was a bad thing, but that was a capitalist kind of New World Order. That was like the big brother suppressing us with different things. We're in the midst of the infancy of a massive paradigm change where we can see changes benefiting the planet, okay, just by our meager actions of staying at home. Look at the levels of pollution globally. Okay, Scotland has 57% less air pollution within a week. 1 week, it's a week today since we locked down. 57% less. Now, wouldn't it be funny if us all staying at home, not driving our cars, turned round and fixed the planet? Something to think about. Anyway, let's go on. Back to the papers. Right, so what we have here, okay, is the Times again. We love the Times. The Times is just the best. It's the best newspaper in the world if you run out of toilet paper. Okay, you can strip it up. It's big. It's broad. You can get away with like one sheet to actually wipe your backside with when you take a crap. Okay, it's worth the money just for that. It's cheaper than toilet roll. The only problem is you might get some print on your butt, but that's what showers are for. Okay, now. Again, it's saying Britain faces 6 months of curbs. Okay, but I want to highlight this part here. Doctor dies after picking up infection from patient. We've had 2 doctors die, our frontline teams die in the past few days. God rest their souls. Our frontline warriors looking after us. What can I say? This is scary because this could have been perfectly preventable with the amount of personal protective equipment that we don't have. Stephen said last night in the evening stream that allegedly we have it all waiting in the wings to come in. It's like got distribution issues. Nonsense. Okay. Our glorious leader Boris Johnson forgot to answer an email. It's and the email was part of the EU procurement program, where basically collectively as a bloc they go and buy masses of equipment necessary, then distribute it between all the nations. Now, they said that they didn't get the email, then they said they didn't answer the email, and things like that. However, we are part of that procurement program. We are part of it where we can turn around and say, hey, we're part of this, we want to get in on it. But they didn't do it. They didn't do it at all. And as a result of that, we missed the boat. And after Boris got the virus, he went to Donald Trump, cap in hand. And the first thing he said to him on the phone was, we need ventilators. And Trump was like, yeah, we want to help our friends. Yeah, we will help all our friends throughout the world. And yeah, I'm an asshole and I'll just talk the talk and go play golf. I hate him with a passion. Daily Telegraph, return to normal life maybe 6 months away. We understand that. Metro's the same, 6 months of social distancing. He gave his life. They had a party. This is shocking. Frontline worker, an NHS consultant, 55 years, dies on the same night police break up a huge karaoke bash. Why, people? Why are you doing this? Can you not just see? Oh, hang on, I need to look at the camera for this. Can you not just see, right? Okay, your actions have a direct correlation on the troops that are fighting for your lives. Okay, I mean, really, this is ridiculous. You have to understand, at the end of the day, all right, if you don't start behaving like civilized human beings, we're going to be doing this forever. Do you want to be stuck in the house forever? Do you really? No, I don't. Okay, I would like to get through this so the NHS is prepared. So when I get it, because it's inevitable that I'm probably going to get it at some point, but I want to be able to have an NHS that can look after me rather than being overwhelmed and sending me to a tent hospital to die. Okay, I don't want that at all. Right, there we go. Rant over. Let's go back to the papers. God damn it. We're supposed to have a positive morning show. I mean, really, I can't help it. Okay. Oh, I just had a message from the Charles Lloyd. If you don't know who the Charles Lloyd is, you want to go and look him up on Byte and TikTok. He's a gentleman that lives in the South and he's great. I'm going to get him on the show sometime because he is marvelous. Indeed. Right, let's have a look here. Daily Mirror. NHS hero's death on the front line. That's again about that doctor that passed away. Look at this picture here. This is somebody working for the NHS wearing a catering apron, a plastic one, and probably some sort of tampon strapped to his face for a mask. You know, at least it'll stick to his face. You know, I hope it's not a used one. Anyway. Pressure to provide equipment grows after 2 UK doctors die. Pressure to provide equipment. Why do they not have it already? Hold on. Where's the camera? Back again. Let me go. Really? Pressure to provide. I need to take a mouth of coffee. You're a disgrace, government. Westminster, you are a disgrace. Seriously and sincerely. I've never, ever, I mean, I'm very critical of Westminster anyway because I'm a man for Scottish independence. I wave flags, I go to marches. I don't believe that Westminster is the right thing for Scotland. Truly, I don't. We'll talk about that again in a minute. Oh, this is political today. This is a ranty one this morning. Okay, but let's be perfectly clear. Just on that subject of procurement for PPE for our warriors at the front line, okay, it's like a throwback to the first Gulf War. We sent our troops in wearing DPM camouflage to a desert scenario with boots that melted in the sand and guns that basically got blocked with sand. Okay, we like to think that Great Britain is great, that the kingdom is united. Okay, but truly, Westminster are a bunch of tosspots that don't have a clue how to manage anything. Breathe, Mojax, breathe. Right, back to the papers. Okay, so let's just say that the Tories, the government, will have all the flags waving and expect to be patted on the head like a little puppy dog when the PPE comes in. Look, we have provided our remarkable NHS with amazing equipment, like 2 months late, dicks. Right. New NHS field hospitals ready within days. These are the great big halls in different buildings that are lying empty that they are currently converting to massive hospitals to look after what is expected as a massive influx of people with COVID-19. However, what they also don't tell you is that field hospitals, the tent hospitals, there's several of these on the outskirts of London just now. Being privy to what is known as the Civil Contingencies Plan. This is scary. This is a scary bit. The tent hospitals are used for triage in the sense as the extreme end of the virus, where they know people will not survive. So they still receive treatment, but they try to gather the people at the bottom end of triage, the ones that they can't save, together towards one place. So these tent hospitals outside of London also have very large morgues. It has to be done because you can't have dead bodies mounting up inside a city. So when the virus really takes hold of us and it starts to become overwhelming, they will actually end up taking certain people away to die. They won't leave them in their houses and things like they did in Spain. At least I hope not, because that's kind of scary. But they will end up taking people to the tent hospitals, which is just as scary in my opinion as well. Crazy. Daily Star, gotta love the Star. Wasters. All you hoarders, you friggin' whores of hoarders. You hoarded and you basically chucked it away. You bunch of losers. Okay, if you're not prepared for the zombie apocalypse like I have been for the past 12 years, then you are a bunch of losers. Let's face it. Who goes out and buys a crap load of food and then chucks it away? Okay, I mean, right now we could live off various different parts of my house where the food is stored, but we're eating simply. We're keeping a lot of the stuff for when the kids come back. But that's outrageous. You know, there was people going without food because people went away and just bought everything. That drives me bananas. Financial Times. This is up there with the Times as a great paper for wiping your backside with, except you'll get like nice pink streaks from the type of paper that you've got there. It's good. Right, so top health official warns more than 100,000 virus deaths in the United States. Well, they do have a larger population, so the percentage is probably going to be the same, but still it's a goddamn tragedy. You know, it's crazy. And the Daily Mail, we love the Daily Mail in Scotland because it says the truth. Let's just talk about the Daily Mail for a second. The truth. We love the truth from the Mail because it's so real, you know. It's brilliant, absolutely amazing. You know, it puts Boris in such a good light, and we love Boris up here in Scotland. We really do. You know, shut up. The Daily Mail is a rag. It is a goddamn rag. Okay, and it is so pro-union, it's unbelievable. You probably know I'm not pro-union, but I'm not anti-Great Britain. I'm just anti-Westminster. My dad is from the East End of London. He's a proper Cockney wanker. He's a great guy, all right? Now, I don't hate him. I don't hate the English. I question the integrity of the voting habits of those people that put Boris into power with a landslide. Absolutely. Because I bet you're regretting that now, you losers. Okay, I swear to God. This is not supposed to be political. This is supposed to be a positive stream. Maybe it is. Maybe my words have been positive. Anyway, let's go back and get away from the nonsense of politics and continue to talk about the papers. Trump, we won't pay for Mexit. What's Mexit? He says US won't foot security bill after I don't know this. Hold on, I need to zoom in on this because Trump is a loser at the best of times. Okay. Oh, hang on. Daily. Financial Times. Daily Mail. Losers. Mexit. Here we go. The United States will not. Got you. The United States will not pay for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex security. Donald Trump announced last night. That's fair enough. You know, he's an ex-soldier. He can look after his wife himself. You know, you can come round and you can stay with me. I'd be quite happy to put them up. You know, The US president said the couple should foot the bill for their bodyguards. Yeah, absolutely they should. Now that they've moved across the border from Vancouver, Canada had made it clear that it would not pay for security after Harry and Meghan stood down as senior royals this week. Good time to stand down, guys, because most of your family are going to get the virus over here. Just you go and bunker down. You're a good-looking ginger guy with a good-looking wife, and we all know that Charles is not your dad, because you've got a much better attitude than the rest of your family. There you go. You've got the benefit of good genes. So good luck to you. I don't dislike either of you two. I thought it was great that you wore a Nazi uniform one time to a fancy dress party. It might have been a bit silly to do it publicly and stuff, but do you know something? I know that you were just taking the piss out of everything in that process. But there you go. We have to say that we like him. We like him. Right. So let's have a quick look at the chit chat. What's going on in there? Times is a good paper, Mojax. Robert, really? I know you're being sarcastic, okay, but do you know something? I would rather read the Times than the Mail, all right? At least it's got some journalism integrity in some of the articles in the Times. But the Mail, on the other hand, that's not even good for origami. You know, it's ridiculous. Rather use the old socks. That's disgusting, man. I hope you wash them afterwards or have a bucket to put them in. Disgusting. It is a very scary time for everybody, Rab. It is truly not a good time. And I've only did the Sunday Times crossword complete once. I did it too. It was amazing. I was so proud of myself doing the Times crossword. It only took me like 6 or 7 weeks to do it, and I didn't use a dictionary till the last week. So I was quite proud not using the dictionary until it comes. And the Sunday Times crosswords are for space cadets. Yes, they are. I am a space cadet. It's on my CV. I am a trained astronaut. I went to space school in Florida. Okay, I am a space cadet. Crazy. And no news is true at the moment at all. Good morning, little boy. Roddick. That's my baby boy up. That's my baby boy awake. Right, so hold on. There we go. So we have 2 people on Facebook again. Who have we got? We've got Rab and somebody else. If you're on Facebook, say hello so I can say hello to you back. Hello, little boy. Come here. Come here, Roddick. Roddick. What's this? He's not coming. I'll get him across in a minute. He likes to say hello as well. Okay, so there was something else that we wanted to talk about today. New York, the papers, and yeah, a bit about positivity. It's hard to find time to be feel positive in this world just now. I think that kind of proves everything within the points I'm making. You look at the news, the papers, the television, the discussions that people are having, and it's a bit crazy to think that we all live in a world where it's all negative. But we're in a sorry, my wife just put a hand on my shoulder. That was kind of nice. It was good. Sorry, distracted by the soft hand of my wife on my shoulder. What was I saying? Right. Sorry, distracted. Okay, we live in a world where everything is quite negative just now. It's scary, it's frightening. Many of us are locked indoors. But there was a quote that I found on a website that does kind of positive meme type things going on, and I want to read it to you. It's very simple, and I want to try and analyze that quote into a positive way with the way the world is just now. Is we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or we can rejoice because thorns have roses. Okay, now the rose bush is your life, the world we live in a positive, beautiful way, the great things that happen. And the thorns are things like this virus, terrible, selfish capitalism, poverty, and the such. Okay, there is always both of these things, unless we take a stand and actually change them. Okay, thorns have roses as well. Okay, and what comes from that is that just now we're going through a very thorny time, but it's opened many people's eyes to what the world is truly about. truly about. And we can change things. It might take a long time to change things, but we can actually change things for the better, for the positive. How? Well, we can't do it overnight. It has to come from not accepting us going back to the paradigm that we had before. The magic money tree that Theresa May said that didn't exist, that would shake and the money would come out, has been found. Okay, the Tory lack of spending over 10 years, putting our public services at risk, is coming to fruition. They're beginning to see the tragedy and downfall of their actions, and not having a health service that can cope, not even having the right masks for our warriors on the front line. You know, it's outrageous. So everything is coming home to roost just now. And people are beginning to wake up to this in vast streams, and there's a silent majority waiting in the wings that want something better. In Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon is wanting to do a universal income for people, a universal sort of payment of up to £150 a week. It takes away the sort of like the majority of benefits. So if you had 2 unemployed people in a house, that's like £600 a month each. All right, each. And I don't know how that works with other benefits yet, but it seems to be that, you know, they're not going to just have the £600. There's going to be overlapping benefits as well to help them. That is just a universal income to be able to live better. And it's going to be paid to everybody, regardless of how you get things. So maybe it's kind of offset. Don't know the ins and outs of it, but it's just one of those things. So that's one positive thing. That's part of the rose. The environment beginning to have clear air. I mean, we've had like 4 or 5 beautiful days here. It's been cold in Edinburgh, but I've seen blue sky every morning, apart from when the weather changed. It's not been like the grey skies of Edinburgh, which I'm used to. You know, it's incredible. And then let's think about, you know, the future of our children. Rab's just said we need to change so our kids get a good shot of life, because we have fucked it all up. Well, you're right. We've screwed it all up, mate. Not you and not me and not anybody on this stream. It's the glorious leaders that we actually vote in. They have kind of mucked it up. They think they know best. They think that, unfortunately, they are the ruling class. But things are going to change. Things will change, and they will only change if you make them change. So yeah, that is Radio Apocalypse Morning Coffee for the morning. Okay, listen, go and live your life as best as you can just now, and be safe and do the right thing. Wash your hands as often as you possibly can. Decontaminate the front of your house. Don't wear outdoor shoes indoors. All these little things make a massive difference in the way that you live your life. Okay, so know that I'm here on Snapchat, on Instagram, to take any questions. If you have any COVID-19 stories and want to join me on the stream at any time, let me know. I can bring you in live to the stream quite happily on the evening one. I've not brought guests in the morning yet. I'm starting a new segment on the show this Wednesday or Thursday. It's all about toxic people. So if you have any stories about toxic people, without naming names and without being too obvious who it is, in case that person is watching, okay, we want to make sure that that we discuss them with your experiences. I think that toxic people are very dangerous. They are can change your lives, and I think that at some point we've all been touched by somebody like that, not in the nice way, but in the nasty way that leaves us with, you know, poisoned thoughts. So we're going to talk about toxic people in a new sort of segment called The Human Condition, and we'll talk about various other aspects of human psychology, emotions and stuff as the weeks go on as well. So I'm kind of putting that content together just now so we can dedicate a good half-hour portion of Wednesday or Thursday's show in the evening towards that. So for now, though, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say thank you, Rab, thank you, Robert, thank you, Jason, thank you, Stephen, and thank you, mystery guests sitting as well in Facebook. Don't know who you are because you never said hello. Damn it. Say hello, or maybe you have and I've missed it. Hold on, let me go back through the chat. Rab, Roberto, Jason, Stephen. And if I've missed anybody else, nope, that's you guys all there. Okay, I thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate your time. Come and see me tonight. I'll be on around about midnightish, and you can find me happily on any of my social media. And here it is here for you to have a wee look at. I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Take care and be safe.